I was very soft and I had no muscle definition. I was just frumpy, I guess. When I hit a plateau, I started doing a lot of research online and just Googling what's the quickest way to lose belly fat. Because at the time I didn't care about anywhere else on my body. I only cared about the fat around my stomach. And I didn't understand that you can't spot reduce because everything online was telling me that I could. When I hit my plateau, I asked my mum if I could start Tony Ferguson. Something that the shake diets don't actually outline very clearly is that you shouldn't be working out longer than 30 minutes when you're on a shake diet because your body isn't getting enough fuel. Another thing they don't tell you is that it's pretty much all sugar. So I was drinking the shakes and still going to the gym for hours at a time, and I started to get really lightheaded on the treadmill and I couldn't figure out what was going on and why I was feeling dizzy. And I ended up losing a couple of kilos, but as soon as I stopped Tony Ferguson, I put those kilos on plus some because my body wasn't used to eating again. It wasn't used to digesting the food because I'd just been drinking it. After a little while of trying to get under the 75 kilos and just having this constant battle with myself, like in my head, I would get so frustrated and always feel guilty all the time. And I actually found that I was more upset the smaller I got than what I was in the first place because losing weight became this obsession, and when I wasn't losing any weight anymore, I would just throw in the towel and be like, well, what the fuck was the point of all of that? When I was 19, I had gotten to the 30 kilo weight loss mark and I started to feel really good about myself. I still had no idea about health and fitness. I wanted to look like a 6'2", size 0 model. The ones where their rib cages stick out and I can see their cheekbones and they live off air. That is what I wanted when I was 19. I remember one of the worst things I could have done was the lemon detox diet. Now, the lemon detox diet, if you haven't heard of it, and I kind of hope you haven't because it's just awful, is literally like water, lemon, some cayenne pepper, and maple syrup. Now, when I say that back, it's just sugar, 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 and water. But that is what you live on, and I think you drink 2 or 3 liters of that a day, and that's all you can have for 7 days straight. And they guarantee you that you will lose at least 5 kilos. Well, I did it and I lost 8 kilos, which I was so ecstatic about. I couldn't believe that I'd finally gotten under that 75 kilo mark and how skinny I was and blah blah blah. But the next day when I went to go eat normal food, I wasn't educated on how to keep that weight, which isn't possible because you've just gone 7 days without eating a single thing, that of course your body is going to freak out. So I went back to my old habits and I was binging, and I probably had a burger for breakfast and 3 blocks of chocolates because that's the type of person that I was. Ended up putting back on the 8 kilos plus more because I just got depressed again and I got so over the battle of trying to lose weight and putting it back on, and I was so uneducated that I had no idea that I wasn't doing the right thing. When I was 20, I remember going out for dinner one night with my family. I, at this stage, was going to the gym quite regularly. I'd finished school, so all of the bullies weren't in my life anymore. I was pretty confident with who I was. I remember one night going out for dinner with my parents, and my stepmom said to me that I was fat. The countless times that I've been called fat, that was the one that hurt the most. I'd put in what I considered all of this hard work to be skinny and lose 30 kilos for a woman that had only been in my life for 2 years to tell me that I was fat. And even thinking back on it now, it still upsets me a little bit. I think that was definitely the last straw for me. After dinner, I went home and I did something that I was not proud of, and I stuck my fingers down my throat and I vomited out my dinner. Now, I couldn't believe how low I was getting and how obsessed I had become. After the night of my stepmom calling me fat, I was at the gym and I was trying to work out ways that I could be better and be skinny and get her approval. And I would think to myself, you know what, if I have to be here 8 hours a day and not eat a single thing, then I'll do it. A few weeks later, I decided to look into personal training. Now, from day one of me deciding to lose weight and seeing that picture of myself, I have been ashamed to reach out to a personal trainer, because in my mind, I have always thought that a gym is a place for people who are already fit to go to, and that personal trainers are just going to judge you and they would be there going, oh my god, this person is so overweight and so unfit, so let's punish them. That is what I used to think. So I decided that after all of the things that I'd found off the internet and pretty much trying every single thing on Google to lose weight, I finally decided, well, it's time for a personal trainer. I was A, too poor to have a personal trainer, and B, I was still scared that I was gonna get judged. Even though I was trying to make a better life for myself, I was scared that they would be mean to me and they would just look down on me because they're fit and I'm not. I actually looked into doing a personal training course to find out the same information that they knew. All I cared about was weight loss. In the PT course, I learnt that weights are your friend. And to lose weight, you still need to lift heavy weights. And that was the first time I ever picked up a dumbbell that was more than 10 kilos. And I got instantly hooked. I started to notice changes in my body, and I started to tone and develop muscles that I never knew were there before. And I started to love being strong. And I found out lifting weights does not make you a man. It actually makes you beautiful. I remember my mind just shifting from thinking that fashion models were beautiful to I wanted to be a fitness model. And that's when I became a personal trainer. And I realized we are here to help you, and we love when people who don't know a thing come up to you and ask for help and it just clicks. Personal trainers are there to help. The gym is not a judgmental place. You're gonna have the occasional people that give you the dirty look, but just give them the dirty looks back. That's all I can say. I probably rambled on quite a lot about the various things that I did to lose weight. When my clients ask me now, how long did it take me to lose 40 kilos? The answer is